And welcome back. Do you have a fat pet? That sounds rude. Let's say an over-ideal weighted pet, perhaps. The latest survey shows 60% of pet cats are overweight, 56% of dogs tip the scales at unhealthy weights, and over time, just like for humans, those extra pounds can take their toll.
The Association for Pet Obesity Prevention conducted the poll and estimates more than 100 million dogs and cats are overweight or obese, and that's up from 80 million just 5 years ago. Now, while some pet owners fail to recognize the problem, your veterinarian does. Dr. Mike Hutchinson is here to tell us how we can tell and what we can do about it. Okay, Dr. Mike, many people are guilty of feeding their pets maybe treats they shouldn't have, because we love them so much and they're so cute. I mean, it's kind of hard to say no
And
sometimes.
then they look at us with those eyes.
Yes.
And it's very hard to say no to those eyes, I know. Well, the problem is that I used to say a biscuit, a dog biscuit, was like giving your dog a cup of food. But I think now we're going to change that. We're going to say giving a dog biscuit is like giving a donut to your dog. Ooh, and then people like those rawhide treats. They like to give those to their dogs.
Yes.
I don't like them, but a lot of people do. A medium-sized rawhide treat is upwards of 5 to 7 donuts for your pet. And everybody thinks there's no calories, and there are calories in those treats. So we want to be real careful what we're giving to them. And I think if you ask every veterinarian around the country, we'll probably all say treats should comprise maybe 10% of the diet, because treats do help dogs lose weight. Believe it or not, it helps with the endorphins in their brain. They feel better. So it's good to have treats 2 or 3 times a day.
Okay.
And there's a lot of science behind that. But how much is too much? And if you look at a plate of what you feed them in a day, only 10% of that plate should be the treats. Now think about a cube of cheese. I looked this up before I came here.
Okay.
A cube of cheese has quite a bit of calories, and about 80 calories. Well, for an 80-pound shepherd, and who should eat about 1,600 calories a day. You can ask your veterinarian what your weight. I say about 20 calories per pound per day. The pet food companies say maybe twice that because they want to sell more food. And therefore we have a lot of obese pets. I think that's part of the problem, but that's why you should always talk to your veterinarian about how much to feed. But for that 1,600 calorie dog, a cube of cheese is 5% of his treats for the day. So he could only really have 2 of those in a day.
And that's not really a treat, just
And that's not a lot, is it, right? And so you figure a half a cup of cucumbers is only about 16 calories. So cucumbers would be a good treat for a dog.
So wait, I didn't know you could even give a dog cucumbers.
You can. You can give them cucumbers, you can give them green beans, you can give them asparagus, you can give them carrots.
Wow.
And a medium-sized carrot might be about 25 calories, but you can look this up real easy. You can speak to your veterinarian about how many calories your dog should have in a day, or your cat, and then you can try to get them to cut weight. If I want a dog to lose 20% of his body weight, I need to cut about 20% of those calories, and of course increase exercise, walk them a little bit more. That's very important, because if we don't do it, those numbers that you quoted at the beginning of the show, I think are real low. I don't think it's 60%. I think it's a higher number of pets that are overweight. And I won't say obese, I'll say they're overweight.
Okay.
And we need to get that weight down to help their health and to help them to live longer. So I'm all in.
What's interesting to me is that you're saying for treats like healthy food and real food, and not just those treats that we buy to make, Fido happy.
Right, and it's $1 billion market. So you go out there, we're marketed constantly, and we think about those puppy eyes, and we want to get those treats off the market. I'm just as guilty as anybody, but we have to be careful what we put in. And a lot of them, like a donut, are empty calories. They're really not good for the dog or good for the cat. And so we want to give something that maybe is healthier. And these trainers do this a lot. They'll give food motivation to dogs to train them. I think that's great. And I say, what are you giving them? And they'll say they'll get treats that are, say, primarily protein or meat, and they'll cut it into a calorie per piece. So they could give them 80 pieces and only be giving 80 calories. And so we can do the same thing they're doing. And I think just awareness is the key.
And quickly, not all people like their vegetables. Now, so will like asparagus seem like a treat to your dog?
That's a great question. So my dog.
Will he look at you thinking like, what is wrong with you, Dr. Mike?
So I have labs. Anything's a treat. If you have it in your hand, it could be a rock and it's a treat. But it's not a treat to every pet. You're right. Then you can go to maybe the protein treats.
Okay.
Maybe you can go to the store and pick out the frozen organ meats and things like that they have, and figure out the calories and make them small, and you can use that as a treat as well.
But try the asparagus.
Try it.
Who
Try
knows?
it. Yeah. Maybe they do like broccoli. I don't know.
knew?
You're right, but no raisins, grapes, onions.
Right.
You know, make sure we stay away from those things.
And no chocolate.
advice.
And no chocolate. Perfect.
All right. Dr. Mike, thank you so much.
welcome.
Of course, always thanks to Dr. Mike of Animal General and Cranberry and regular contributor on the Ask Dr. Mike segment here on PTO. You can also listen to his podcast and find him on KDKA Radio.
Yeah, he's everywhere. You can't miss him.